I played the longest classic Sonic game, and it tells a story without a single line of dialogue. I didn't get to Hypersonic and Doomsday Zone because that's kind of insane for the first playthrough. Congratulations if you do, it's just not for me. I'll still be mentioning Doomsday Zone in the review though. This game has a full story, but no dialogue, and that's what makes it so cool. The story is legit. There's a Death Egg here, and Sonic 3's intro is awesome. It has Super Sonic and Tails flying on a plane. They then reach Angel Island and Knuckles punches the Super out of him, and then he takes the Chaos Emeralds. Legendary. And then you start Angel Island. Angel Island is a cool island-esque zone with a bunch of greenery and vines that you can swing on. Angel Island is important to the story because it's where the Master Emerald is kept and it normally floats in the sky, but when the Death Egg crash landed on it at the end of Sonic 2, the impact caused the whole island to fall into the ocean. And on Act 2 it goes on fire. The entire zone is burning, the screen itself has flames on it, and you realize, oh, Eggman is destroying this place by setting a fire. The boss fight is easy enough, but then Knuckles strikes again. He activates a trap that sends you plummeting below into Hydro City Zone. In Hydro City, it's basically underwater, but you can skip some underwater parts with skill. Labyrinth Zone flashbacks, anyone? My favorite part about this zone is that in Act 2 there are these water slide things that you can zoom down. Also, you don't have to worry about drowning if you're skilled with the bubble shield that pops if you get hit. Then you beat Eggman underwater, question all your life choices, and then a random water burst sends you flying into Marble Garden Zone. That's Sonic 3 transitions for you, everyone. Marble Garden Zone has a lot of sloping hills. The cool thing about this is that mid-zone, the zone literally starts shaking because Eggman is causing earthquakes. The only thing about this zone that I don't like is the spiked balls that are annoying and the spinning top things that were hard for me to use. The boss is pretty interesting as Tails flies you into the air and you have to jump on Eggman. Tails flies you all the way to Carnival Night Zone. This zone is fine for the most part. The bouncy things can get annoying, and that infamous barrel that's unintuitive would have gotten me if I didn't have Google. I find the water section in Act 2 pretty annoying. Also, I went into some spikes and died. I had rings, but the game decided to send me to the last checkpoint anyway. Maybe it was just feeling petty. Then a cannon launches Sonic into Ice Cap Zone. This zone is epic. Sonic is snowboarding down a snowy mountain in the intro and it looks awesome. Meanwhile, great music is playing that totally sets the vibe. It's based on Hard Times by the Jetsons. I don't know whose idea it was to put a blue hedgehog snowboarding down a mountain, but they needed a raise. The actual level is great icy vibes, no complaints here. Then you fight Eggman, who tries to freeze you to death. And Sonic wins. Then he rolls into snow and comes right up above Launch Base Zone. Launch Base Zone is basically Eggman's base that he uses to repair the Death Egg. There's alarms, rotating tubes, which I personally found a bit annoying, and even security systems. In Act 1 you're infiltrating the base, and in Act 2 you're crossing the lake to reach the Death Egg. Since it's a lake, there's water. I don't like water because it slows you down. This zone is the end of Sonic 3. You beat a boss, and then Sonic goes into the Eggmobile that Eggman left trying to stop the Death Egg from launching. Knuckles, still thinking you're the bad guy, tries to push you back, but the Death Egg launches, causing Knuckles to fall back into the water. Then they jump onto a platform where you have to fight 2 more bosses back to back. No checkpoints, and if you die, you go all the way to the beginning, and rewatch the entire slow cutscene. I died once and then completed it on 1 ring somehow. After you beat it, the Death Egg will explode and fall, again. But Eggman isn't done yet, more on that later. And yes, this entire story we presented here is visual. Impressive, huh? And now we transition into the Sonic and Knuckles half. Tails drops you into Mushroom Hill Zone, and then Sonic and Tails watch Knuckles go into some kind of secret passageway. After you beat Act 1, Knuckles blows you into another section that looks like the season has changed unnaturally. Then at the end, Sonic and Tails find the machine that's changing the seasons and destroy it. Eggman flees onto the flying battery, and Sonic and Tails follow him. No airborne AA's here. You're navigating a huge airship with traps and platforming galore. Generally, there's a lot of traps and things like that you need to avoid. There's this part at the bottom that I found particularly annoying, but maybe that's just me. I love the music on this one, it's great. The boss fight here is particularly goofy as Eggman tries to shoot you with a laser that damages the ship in the process, and Sonic and Tails run into a platform where Eggman tries to attack you again. You beat him and then Sonic jumps off the platform and into Sandopolis. It's a sandy desert area that gives ancient Egypt vibes. After going through the desert, Sonic and Tails find a hidden pyramid after defeating a Guardian, who you literally just wait until he jumps into the sand. I wish I was joking, that's the entire boss fight. Act 2 is very annoying as you have to make sure the light is constantly on, as you have to occasionally switch the lights or you'll be attacked by ghosts. This specific sand slide loop got me stuck before I looked up that you have to jump onto the other one. The game doesn't tell you, you just have to know. After a fairly easy boss fight with an egg golem, Sonic and Tails run and fall into a pit that leads to Lava Reef Zone. It's pretty claustrophobic for me, as for most of the level, you're in an active volcano with tunnels that lead to the center. Act 2 is more blue stones and crystals. Then they go upstairs and Knuckles, ever the troller, pushes a rock and they fall down into the inner magma chamber. Sonic and Tails then fight the boss and the magma cools, and Sonic and Tails go to Hidden Palace Zone. Sonic fights Knuckles and wins, and then Tails and Sonic follow Knuckles as he flees. They then see Eggman steal the Master Emerald, and Knuckles curses Eggman for it. This is when Knuckles realizes that he's been played. Knuckles then tries to grab the Master Emerald, but is zapped and knocked unconscious. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles fall, and Knuckles wakes up and then leads Sonic and Tails into a warp device that leads them into Sky Sanctuary Zone. In this zone, Sonic and Tails jump from platform to platform, trying to catch the Death Egg before it rises too high. You'll have to fight Mecha Sonic using Eggman's old machines a couple of times here. Then at the end, Sonic and Tails run up some ramps that is falling beneath them dramatically and jump onto the Death Egg. I think this zone is cool mechanically, but annoying with the gravity mechanics in Act 2 and all the contraptions set up. After beating the level, you get to the bosses. You beat the Death Egg Act 2 boss by going up and down an elevator that causes spiked balls to fall and hit the boss. After that, you fight a giant robot twice. Then after that, Eggman flees in his Eggmobile with the Master Emerald, but is stopped if you hit him twice. I thought it was actually kind of hard to stay on the falling platform. The Death Egg then completely crumbles. Since I didn't get the good ending, what happens for me was that Sonic fell and Tails picked him up in the tornado, and then they start flying. The credits roll with an end teaser revealing that Eggman still has the Master Emerald. If you did get all the Chaos Emeralds, you go to the Doomsday Zone. In this zone, Eggman finds the Master Emerald and attempts to escape with it. You have to avoid meteors, dodge rockets, and you eventually have to direct the rockets into Eggman's ship. You make sure that you don't run out of rings because they deplete every second that you have to collect them. After that, you find Eggman's ship. You have to direct missiles into the ship to destroy it. There's no rings here and a lot of bullets to avoid, so it can be tough. Then the ship is seen falling and then blowing up. Then after that it comes back, looking different with the Master Emerald. Sonic can directly attack it after that, but it leaves bombs you have to avoid. Then the robot explodes, and Sonic takes the Master Emerald, bringing it back to Earth. Tails comes, and then Sonic goes out of super mode and they both fly with the Master Emerald. Angel Island rises into the sky, and the Master Emerald can be seen on Angel Island, along with Knuckles. Sonic and Tails fly into the tornado, and Sonic turns super and jumps off the plane. The credits roll, concluding Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Now, here are my overall thoughts. What's really done well here is the story. There's clearly a coherent plot that's told completely without any dialogue. It's really nice to see and it's very ambitious for its time. It took an entire 3.5 hours to beat for me, and that's just the normal not super ending. But it's 3.5 hours of complete fun. Mostly. What I like in this game is that there's actual level transitions so you can see how the story progresses. You can see how different characters are feeling, and you can even play as Knuckles and Tails if you want. The animations are great in this game, which get the story told well. Compared to Sonic 2, Sonic 3 is more explorative and has more paths. There is an actual plot which contrasts with Sonic 1 and 2's Stop Eggman and Save Animals. You still go fast though. Now there are also more secrets and hidden paths. As for the music, I think it's great. It feels different than Sonic 2 because Michael Jackson and his team worked on the music along with Sega's sound team. It has different influences like pop and funk. Michael Jackson wasn't credited with the music because he didn't like how the Genesis made his music sound, but he did work on it with his influence in the final game. As for my final music rating, I'm rating it 8.5 out of 10 because it's more refined than Sonic 2, but I still like the music in Sonic 2, just for different reasons. The credits music actually became Stranger in Moscow on Michael Jackson's final album. Sonic 3 is the most ambitious and cinematic platform of its time, and it's very impressive that they managed to do it in 1994. And that's basically it. Make sure to check out all my Sonic Adventure streams. You'll have a lot of fun watching it. Goodbye.